Optimize setting, starting video transmission.
See, I knew something was weird, and it has been for a while. I took apart one of my tumblers today because it was broken, and I fixed it. Um, and I took my wedding ring off and my watch off because I knew I was going to get greasy. My hands were covered in grease, and I just looked down and went, "I don't have my ring on. I should go get that
As long
before
as
I
they weren't,
forget where it is."
as long as they weren't in the tumbler, you're all good.
Before you
Yeah,
lose it.
yeah. No, it was very much. Oh, I'm gonna forget where that is. I should go get it.
Yes, we have a ring stand. Sometimes we use it, and sometimes we don't. All right,
Oh,
we're
Chimi needs dice.
yeah, Chimi, go find yourself a couple d6. Clicky clacky.
I'm sure there's plenty in arm's reach. I just wanted him to know so he was ready.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. As a dice dragon, I knew there would be some nearby.
Aww.
I was half waiting for there just to be a progressively larger dice tower that covers the screen here.
I
I
mean,
don't have one.
I'll show off my wormwood.
Fancy.
Yeah, yeah.
It is nice.
Does it count if they don't have numbers on their sides?
Doesn't matter. No one can see them.
But we're gonna trust you. I don't know why, but we are going to trust you.
If they don't have numbers, how do you tell what you rolled?
It just makes
They
it.
are symbol dice.
Ah.
Oh, okay, for like Star Wars and
No, they are technically divination aid type die.
oh, but you liked how they looked.
Yeah. For me, that makes them a random pattern generator for my brain.
Yeah, yeah, it'll do.
I like it.
But I think what I
That'll
will
do.
do is I will use Ding's bone carved or antler carved dice that he gave me.
That's
Oh,
pretty
wow.
neat.
That is pretty cool. All right. As far as I can tell, I
Oh,
got
they're
video
back.
set up. We're gonna cut over to live here in three, two.
Ta-da.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of Weaving Myths Reloaded, Season 1, Episode 2. It's not a tape delay, right? It's just a delay. If we were supposed to go live on November 1st, and it's now January 10th. Happy holidays, y'all.
It's tradition.
Yeah, yeah, it really is.
We're
But
late.
good things
It's
come to those who
tradition.
wait.
Yeah, all right.
This is a good thing.
I mean, it's young. We just
Yep. Well, I'm just waiting for the screen to come on to validate that I'm doing everything correctly with this streaming stuff because this is normally Colin's territory. But hey, happy holidays, everyone, and welcome to our episode where we will be live playing for you the award-winning new tabletop RPG, Legend of the Mist. For those of you who aren't familiar with Legend of the Mist, it is produced by Son of Oak Games, the game studio that brought you City of Mist, and it's a rustic fantasy variant of the same. The idea behind it is it's a narrative-focused game, which means that the information about your character, everything on the character sheet, is represented by a tag, and that tag has power. By applying various tags to your decisions and your actions, you can create actions of greater power, which are allowed then to affect the world in some way, whether that's like swinging your sword and striking someone, or setting up a helpful status by casting a spell, or putting a wound on a teammate, or even taking away some stats from the environment or from your opponents. All of these things are things that are capable of being done in Legend of the Mist. Now, you said rustic fantasy. So, what does that evoke for you, my players, when we talk about rustic fantasy?
It definitely was fantasy. So I get true countryside medieval. We're not going in big cities. We're like thatched roof, dirt roads, no cobbles.
Opening holes.
Yeah, that's pretty much the idea. You are not Big Damn Heroes. While the game does scale to get to Big Damn Heroes, the basis of it is slice of life, the small town, um, the ragamuffins, the tavern brawlers, the common folk who find themselves seeing beyond what is ordinary and recognizing that there is a greater and more dangerous world out there beyond their little um, hovel, their little perspective on. And so, four of you will be taking on those roles. And so, now I will introduce my players, which I should have done a lot earlier. Top left, Amy. Welcome, Amy. Tell us about your character.
Long time. Describe my character. Once lost in the Commons library, which he curates. Not Commons, sorry, the monastery's library. Brother, he is an avid learner, weird lore that a normal person would never use. That's fascinating. I absolutely love it. Oh, well, you know, I was heard that the Rusalka are vengeful spirits that were burned witches. So, you know, really make sure they're a witch before we burn them. Because if they're innocent, then they come back as these evil spirits.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, moving on then, because I think she could go on all day and all night.
Yeah, I could.
Top right, the one, the only, the Chimi.
That's me, I guess. I'm Chimi. And I'm playing Thomas. Thomas is he's not Allegory and London House. He's a different type of healer. He is in tune with the worn. He is kind and gracious at his healing.
But a bit of a skeptic.
A bit skeptic and a very smart man.
Yes, he's one of the town's elders, and believe me, he is eld when it comes to it. All right, carrying on then, down in the lower corner, Logan.
We'll be playing Rory Young Firebrand, who is the big, massive ginger, which makes me nervous. And he has with him a big, massive hound that, like, all husky. And just it's snowing all the time, where he feels the need to walk around in short sleeves.
Well, he
One
is.
of the reasons he's working in the fort sometimes, but he also wants to show his guns off.
He's
He enjoys rousing in the tavern. That's one of his primary joys.
no surprise.
He is jovial. But I would say he often feels like he has to prove he's not just muscle. And, you know, that's his thing, is trying to prove that he's worth something. He's not just a big rock.
Fair enough. All right, and then bottom right, so not appearing in this picture, but he's here with us in voice at least. Stygian.
I mean, not Colin.
It's definitely not Colin. Colin is not here. We're sad that Colin is not here. Mostly I'm sad that Colin's not here because I had to do all the streaming setup. And so all of the delays, that's my fault.
So I'm
I
playing
he's
Silas.
trying to put this all together for.
Did.
Sorry.
Absolutely. No, you're good. So I'm playing Silas. He's the retired guard. Definitely of a workaholic. Just kind of throws everything he has sure that the village is as it needs to be, and he's got some years of military service under his belt that he kind of struggles a little bit with putting his and letting other people take charge. Um, so it'll be an interesting time.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. You know me. I'm Eric. I have been part of the admin team for the site for what? Well, oh man, it's almost 15 years now. Crap. And I'm glad to be behind the screen to
We don't.
torment. I mean, uh, have a fun time with these four fine folk, where we will be playing the adventure titled Ice over Blackwood Pass. So Blackwood Pass is a suspect mountain pass up high in the mountains over the town of Pineshaven, which is where our four characters hail from. Pineshaven is once a greater place. It is kind of a quiet backwater now because Blackwood Pass is, well, it's somewhat precious, and it's in the wintertime it can be buried with snowy avalanches. It's not necessarily a place that you would want to frequent. And when the highway that led through the pass to the other side of the kingdom was replaced with better roads that went along the coast, Blackwood Pass has kind of fallen out of favor. It's dotted with abandoned watchtowers and places where the king's garrison is no longer sway. But Pineshaven being a logging town and a mining town and a sort of bastion of civilization on the northern outskirts of the kingdom, has still persisted stubbornly. People stubborn, the weather stubborn. Here we find ourselves in winter in the town's longhouse. And this is the place where everyone will go when they need a break from the cold or the loneliness or the dark. When the chores are done, more often than not, you'll find everybody in town here at the Longhouse. It's a large communal building, like 100, 150 feet long and somewhat narrow, but roaring fireplace in the center, smoke kind of billowing upwards into the heavy timber beams, and there's of course, roasting the latest hunt. Happy to be deer meat tonight. And there are at least 30 or 40 of the adult townsfolk present right now. And it's not even really late yet. It's kind of mid-afternoon. Most people are winding up their workday, and the sun's not too far above the horizon. There's gossip going on. There's a couple people making drafts in the corner, and the bartender is making sure that there's ale plenty to go around. So, why don't the four describe where you would find yourselves on a typical afternoon or evening here at the Long Hall?
Well, close by the fire so I can read my book and stay warm. I like my ale a little warm. So yeah, I like warm. I like warm. Do you like warm? I like warm. Yeah, it was good. Very good. Get warm.
Elder Thomas is criticizing the youths who are working on their craftsmanship. We're carving something or other, and Elder Thomas is very instructive as to the fault in these carvings.
Classic.
And tell that. It's Y-O-U-R in that. That's Y-O-U apostrophe R-E. Why do you want me to shove that up my? Okay, well, I guess that's what you want to put down.
tradition, and people think where they wear them out, traditions they have, and he never has a drink in his hand. He actually only does shots. So you don't catch him with a drink in his hand.
All right.
So, Silas has kind of made the rounds through the place. He briefly stopped at one of the tables and has a plate of food that's gone largely untouched. As is his way, he's kind of just gone about making sure that everything's attended to, drag some supplies in the place that really they didn't need help with, but it's almost a compulsion just being busy hand.
So he's passing all around. In addition to you, there's some of the town notables. Old Man Hemlock over in the corner. He is how to say the rumor monger of town. He's the type of farmer who tends to have the darkest thoughts and the believe in the shadows that go bump in the night. Um, and he's muttering, as he often does, more to himself. Occasionally he'll have an outburst, but for the most part, he's just that old guy that people try not to pay attention to. He's a little bit of a distraction and maybe a little bit of a downer for town. You have Alara, who is one of the town farmers. She and her husband were of the highest stature of town until her husband's untimely passing about 2 years ago, at which point she has taken it upon herself to be the very best widow farmer that there can ever be. She is eminently practical. She does what is needed, and um, she doesn't put up any fuss. She doesn't tolerate any fuss. Very no nonsense. And she is at the bar having a quiet discussion with the barmaid. And then over somewhere fairly close to Rory, but not too close, just staying close enough to watch for him and make sure that he's not causing any trouble, is Fendrel, another one of the town elders, well known, and kind of self-appointed mayor type spokesperson. Not necessarily because there's one needed, just he's garrulous and likes to talk to people, and yeah, it's
library where we can share books. It doesn't need to be a big space. So, I'm gonna be over. Yeah, I'm gonna go over and talk to him because he's the man to get on, and we should do this because knowledge for everyone is really important. And I think, yes, we should do this.
all right. I'll take a brief scene cut here just so that we can kind of see what it looks like here in the long hall. Just at the moment that the doors come flying open, thrown open by one of your fellow farmers, and Griselle, who's also well known as a bit of a whiner, a bit of a pitiful type fellow, comes bustling in with snow billowing in from the outside and like a sudden squall descending upon the doors. The flames kind of gutter, the smoke fills the room and sets people to a little bit of coughing. And he's almost in hysterics. He just they're gone. I can't. I I I don't eat. They're all gone. My cows. They're gone. And
I have made a mess. What cow?
Grizel's milk cows are kind of the pride and joy of his flock. He's got cows and goats and chickens and pigs and all sorts of animals. But his cows, they do make the best milk in town. And for them to be gone, he's clearly worked up to pieces here. A couple of the townsfolk who are nearby the doors finally manage to get them pushed closed so that it's not as bitter and biting cold in here, and the fire slowly starts to um, take on more of its normal life. But definitely the air is palpably chillier, and you can hear this squall that's just come down the mountain, just raging outside now.
Silas will make his way over. What do you mean gone?
They're just not there. They're missing. I don't know how to explain it. I went out to do the nightly milking, and well, the door to the barn was just like thrown open, and the cows were gone. And well, there's the smell. Something really, really foul. I don't even know how to describe it. My dogs wouldn't come anywhere near the doors. It's like some kind of wild animal.
Worse than the usual.
Gone. Believe you me. As he's speaking, Hemlock from the back corner of the room. I tell you, it's the Yetikin! The Yetikin are on the loose again!
A bear.
Wild animal. I
Worry.
want to accurately classify it with the smell and, the door being ripped open. Can I give it a go?
Well, I mean, obviously you could give it a go, but you're going to have to go out in the storm and make your way over to Farmer Grizel's
Oh, well, yes, of course. Well,
barn.
obviously.
Yeah.
Before
you can
I go to the door, stop.
before you can
go
even
back,
get
grab my
there,
cloak.
at the mention of Yetikin, it's like an eruption happens in the room, because there are folk in town who believe in the mysteries of the wild and the mountains, and they know that these Yetikin are probably real. And then there are folk on the other side who just as adamantly believe that there's been no such thing and it's clearly a natural cause. And now you have a hubbub in the room, and everyone is just kind of yelling back and forth at each other, making a big stink of it, and it's clear the town's very much on edge.
Everyone calm down.
Yeah, yes. I go to the door, stop, turn around, go back, get my cloak, and then I go to the door and I just start going out.
All right, so
It's fascinating. I have
so Brother Kalen's gonna go out into the storm. Meanwhile, Silas is raising his voice to try and calm things down. At this point, we'll take a quick pause, and we'll talk a little bit about how the actions work in Legend of the Mist. And I will bring up on the stream screen a brief synopsis of the rules. This is a couple pages out of the middle of the book. But one of the things that I want to highlight before I even get into the rules is exactly how pretty this art is. And the whole book is like this. That was what drew me to it when the Kickstarter came out about a year ago, and they're just about getting ready to print, which is great. But I have my PDF copy, which is even better because that means we get to play it. And then let's kind of look up and down it just a little bit to talk about what the actions look like here. The important part is that every character sheet is full of what are called tags, short descriptions that say what about the character is real, what's true, what helps define who they are. That could be positive things like handsome or spell of slumber, as shown here in the examples, or weaknesses like an old injury that could hamper you, make things worse in the future. And then statuses, which are the ones highlighted there in green, which are things that have conditions that have come about that can have a positive or negative impact on how the scene unfolds. Whether it's a wound or a happy song that has lifted everyone's spirits. And the way that actions run is based on looking at these tags and figuring out what makes sense for the action that I'm trying to do, bringing them all together, adding them up as power for your roll. You'll roll 2d6, you'll add the power, you'll subtract any negative that may come into play, whether it's a weakness tag that the game master can invoke to make the scene more challenging, but also allows the character to improve on their abilities over time. Or it could be environmental or something about the opponent that makes the situation more challenging. And those tags can be used, as is described on the next page, to have lesser or greater impact on what's going on. And there'll be leaf icons throughout. The leaves are part of the physical shtick of the game. There are leaf tracking cards. They're really pretty. Again, artwork is phenomenal, top notch in this game. And we'll move on to the next page to kind of see how this rolls out. Every game scene will have this loop of establishment of the situation, which will talk about the stakes and the challenges that are present and the threats that will come along if those challenges are not met. The heroes will take action, and the consequences will happen depending on whether the threats have been mitigated or whether the actions have influenced the scene sufficiently. And for the most part, there's three ways to resolve those. There's the simple, like if you want to take an action, like Brother Kalen's going to walk out the door. There's literally nothing to prevent Brother Kalen from walking out the door at the moment. So that simple action resolves. We don't need a roll. There's a quick roll where you will take the 2d6, you'll roll it, you'll add up your tags, determine your power, and you'll either succeed or you won't succeed. And then there's detailed, which is a roll and spend mechanic where you can take any power that's in excess of the success threshold and use it to do even greater things. We mentioned consequences. Consequences are if you ignore the threat. For instance, if someone is swinging a sword at you and you just stand there, that challenge will materialize in terms of a wound, probably. If your roll is not successful or is successful marginally, there may be consequences that manifest. Or if I invoke your weakness tag to create a consequence in the story, then you get to improve one of your themes. I, as your narrator, always get to determine what the consequences are. Sometimes they could just affect how the story progresses. Sometimes they could affect your tags. For instance, if you had a rusty old sword in your bag and you were to use that rusty old sword to try and defend yourself by blocking an attack, and you succeeded with consequences, one of the consequences might be that rusty old sword breaks. And that would come along with scratching that tag, making it unusable until something happens to render it suitable again, like reforging the sword. And then, depending on the complications I want to introduce, you can also have reactions to mitigate consequences. And that's a separate roll described down here in the bottom right. But the roll mechanic is pretty straightforward. As I said, count up the power of your action. Take all of those tags and statuses that affect you, adding plus or minus for every positive or negative. If you choose, you can throw everything of a tag at a particular action and gain 3 power for doing so, but then the tag becomes scratched. Then we add or remove the best or worst status that is going to affect the situation. We won't talk about might. As characters' progressions go on, might becomes a factor. But for right now, everyone is kind of origin level might. They're just ordinary people, so this is not a situation that we need to worry about at the moment. And then you're going to roll 2d6. Add it up, 10 or more with all of those power tags, then it's a success. If you roll between 7 and 9, then you will have consequences that come along with your success. And if you roll a 6 or less, then there are just consequences and you have no success. We talked about spending power briefly. These are the types of things you can do when we do the roll and spend. You can use the extra power to either give or reduce a status, discover something about the scene that could help you. You could have an extra feat, something else that that comes along that your action. You leap over the table and you draw your sword. Or for 2 power, you can recover one of your tags, or you can add a new tag to the scene. Conversely, you can scratch one of your opponent's tags. Any questions about that? I know I went over a lot and it's kind of quick, but go ahead.
It'll come up as we use it.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll talk about it as we go. But what I wanted to convey is this is the core mechanic and it's 2 pages. That's all you really need to know to be able to play the game. The rest of it, we can teach as we go. We can learn. And it's mostly about determining where the story takes you. The roles serve the story, not the other way around. Any other questions before we go on?
Yeah, why do they have pictures of 12-sided dice in the area where it's talking about rolling dice, even though they're d6s?
Pictures of 12-sided dice? Did I miss something here?
Scroll up just a little bit.
Because the 12
Where it talks about making the roll.
Oh, yeah. I guess because they look cool. I mean,
They do look pretty cool.
Of all of the dice, the 12-sided is the most underrated.
Yes. And it's lonely. And it needs more attention.
I mean,
I'm going to roll one just to see if you're right. I got a 2. It's just as rated as it should be.
All right.
It's a dice for barbarians and fools.
Yes.
Which means it should belong to all of us. All right.
I'm a barbarian, though.
Okay, so we know what Brother Kalen's action is, which is to just hit the door. And we know
this
what.
This is fascinating. I have to go see this.
We know what Silas is up to. So let's talk about Thomas. Elder Thomas, how are you planning to act?
Thomas right now will reinforce Silas by shouting, "It's only a bear. Stop this foolish talk about whatever. I'm sure that it is a bear."
Alrighty. And Rory.
Rory wants to do his best to just calm everyone down because he knows that we're gonna have to leave. We're gonna have to leave and investigate this thing, and doesn't trust the folks who do it on their own. So he is going to go to the farmer and bring him a shot because we all know alcohol calms things down, and is going to yell to the rest of the bar. We have no fact yet. One fact on me.
All right. So.
We live in a communal society. Everything is free.
Didn't know that.
Okay, so Brother Kalen's action doesn't need any resolution, but let's talk about our fine folk over in the Elders Society. Thomas and Silas are trying to maintain order here with a little bit of persuasion. So why don't you take a look at character sheets and tell me what tags you think might apply in this situation.
I've got called Bear Pain, which has the word bear in it, and thus making me the victor.
I have assertive command and coordinated effort.
Okay, so you're gonna work to assist your fellow elders in bringing about the peace. So why don't you make a roll first? And currently the situation is tense, so I'm going to put a tense tag down here, tense -1. That's going to affect your abilities here. So you're going to need to go ahead and roll 2d6. You add 2 for your power. You're going to subtract 1 for the status of the situation, which is tense. And let me know what you get.
+1 off the raise. Oh, that's actually 10 on the dot with modifiers.
10 on the with a modifier. Okay, so your action serves to like create some open space for Thomas to stay his peace. Thomas, the situation's gotten a little less tense here, but it's still not fully resolved.
My main tag that I'm seeing is familiar terrain, which is under my protect the land sort of guard. Out there are bears. I know the bears like to eat cows. It's probably just a bear.
It's probably got it. So you are bringing. All right.
Okay.
Just 1 power.
I mean, I don't think I'm feeling sick. I don't think I'm praising anything. I am tenacious, but
Could you see he's suffering from like a mental perspective?
Okay. Let's. I think so. Familiar terrain, protect land. Those could probably apply. We're going to go throw in your weakness of won't ask for help, and so you're going to roll a net 0, but you can mark improve on your card for your troubles.
all right. I'm gonna do it. I got an 8.
An 8. An 8 is success with consequences. So while you're successful, Farmer Grizel comes over and starts pleading with you to go investigate. And so now you are encumbered by this pleading farmer, which is going to affect your ability to do other things here, potentially. Rory, over to you.
I think really what he's trying to do is tension, which is one of my attacks, right? Just try to get everyone to calm down a little bit. And,
A little bit.
With that, yeah, I mean, just because they get loud doesn't mean they get rowdy. That's the thing people don't understand. Partiers. And I think drunken master playing with alcohol would apply here as well.
All right. I think you're kind of underselling. This is your area to shine here. So you diffuse tension, disposition, that type tag there at the top, that actually counts. Yes. You're trying, and if you are trying specifically to lift up people's spirits, you got that too. So you're now up to a +4 minus the 1 for the situation is still tense.
I also rolled a 12, so I don't feel like
you finally found the 6s on that dice.
I swear.
I believe you. This is not an integrity check. I knew you were rolling all those 1s in our pre-session, so fantastic. Well, Rory, generous Rory, optimistic Rory, happy Rory, wins over the populace with his affirmation that we're going to get to the bottom of this. There's nothing to worry about. Yeah, you can handle it. Have a drink on me. We'll be back before long.
bunch of Rory juice.
Right. And with enough extra power in that roll, it won't even make you go spend it. But there's clearly enough power there that you can also unencumber your fellow elder and get Giselle to sit down and have a drink and have a meal and take a deep breath.
Like peel him off and like put him in the seat and put another shot in.
All right.
That one.
Whiskey is the spice of life. Okay, so Brother Kalen's already out in the snow, and he could tell that this is not an ordinary storm. These type of squalls only come frequently, and generally, like they're an ill omen. Um, it is really howling down and just like bits of icy snow just pelting you. The keen southern wind is just beating at you as you are making your way in the general direction as best you can of Farmer Grisel's farm.
There is something to be discovered, so of course I keep going.
Okay.
Who cares about it? I keep going.
Absolutely. So Thomas is pushing his way. Sorry, Thomas. Kalen is pushing his way through the snow, trying to ford over to the storm. Through the storm. This type of environmental impact is fairly substantial. So rolls are going to be made at a saving wind -3 at the moment. So everyone's aware, setting the scene here, that there are significant challenges afoot. Meanwhile, back at the door, Rory and Thomas and Silas make their way out the door, intending to follow in Kalen's steps. You can barely see footprints. It's that blinding of a snow squall that's coming down.
And just make sure we know that he's coming.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah,
I've also decided his name is Spud.
Spud. All right, so we have Spud, the imposing wolfhound, who's making his way along here. And to get to the farm is actually going to take a roll because it's that chilly and intimidating out here. It's well beyond what an ordinary storm would look like. So let me lay out the consequence or the challenge here, which is you're fording through knee-deep snow into a heavy headwind, and you have to take some sort of action to handle these situations, or else they're going to manifest in some form of cold-related negative status.
Okay.
As I said, environmentally, we're already in -3, so things are difficult. How will you tackle this situation?
Well, my empty fire, I will light my sacred fire to help light the way, keep me warm, and help me navigate dangerous terrain. So,
Those are all.
y'all know the library is very dangerous.
Well, particularly
What's
dangerous for Brother
anywhere?
Kalen, who can't seem to stay out of his own way.
Yeah. I mean, I trip over it. There's staff everywhere that you can trip over, and don't even get me talking about that rolling ladder. That thing, I swear, is possessed, which is absolutely fascinating. And just oh, I'll be quiet.
Okay. I would say that you could probably also throw in Find the Place I Saw, because you know exactly where it is you're going. And it's almost like you feel inwardly that something is going on here, and you just have to go after it. And I'm going to add sense a natural presence. I think that is a fair thing in the circumstance, given how you feel about it. So, 1, 2, 4, 5. I counted. Unfortunately, your bad knees are going to hamper you here.
Yeah, I thought they might get away.
Yeah, so that's 4, and then we subtract 3 for the environment. So now you're down to rolling at a +1.
Yeah, 7.
That is a 7. All right.
So, consequence.
Okay. So you're able to force your way through the snow and finally get to the barn. But you are chilled to the bone -1. Just go ahead and note one down because it may affect you later. All right, Thomas. Good Thomas.
Good
Wonderful
Thomas. That's what they call me.
Healing Thomas.
Thomas.
Healing, awesome Thomas. Friendly Thomas. Good to all.
I don't know about friendly
With
Thomas.
the best bedside manner. That's what they say. All right, Thomas. Will throw in his find a specific item tag on the way out the door. Thomas grabs some rope.
Okay, go ahead and add that rope to your backpack. We haven't talked about backpack yet. We're going to get there after the first scene. This is a good time to talk about it. Any backpack tags, things that you bring along with you. At your level, and level broadly being you are ordinary commoners at this point. We're kind of starting out characters. You bring one backpack tag with you to start with. So the rope is the one that you grab. Tags that are in your backpack can work like any other tag on your sheet. You can use them to grant +1 power to your rolls when they're appropriate. You can burn them for +3 power. You can also swap them out later if you have the opportunity and want to. And you can add when you important things along your journey. Remembering that,
Okay, so like my lantern.
yeah, if
that
you
I
have
bring.
if your lantern is important to you and can affect the story,
Well,
then yes, you add that as a tag.
I summon my sacred flame into it. So.
Okay. Well, and that's kind of a one and the same, right? I mean, if you're
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
so don't necessarily unless you want to treat them as things, don't have to write them down separately. Okay, so Thomas,
Thomas.
you're getting some rope.
But I'm going to tag that rope as a tag rather than find specific item. So I'll take one from the rope he has, another from familiar terrain. Thomas stomped all over this town and its environment on critiquing people and their failings.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas is tenacious, and he survives harsh weather, and he bears the pain. Those are 3 tags, all from the tenacious card. That I believe will bring me up to 5. The rope is being included because he tosses one end to Rory and the other end to Silas and says, "Loop this around your arm several times. Do not let it fall. If you get lost in this, one strays will freeze."
Right, so you're gonna
take the lead.
Yeah, if you have enough power, you can use that to reduce the difficulty for their rolls. So,
which would be great.
yes.
That puts me at a +5 -3 would be +2. Do you have anything else you want to throw at me?
You have well described your action. Let's do it.
What does it mean when there's only one little pippy on one of the dice? And
7.
no, I get a 5. My +2.
Oh, so there will be consequences. All right. Well, we'll talk about that in a moment. Let's go ahead and then move on to Rory.
So first of all, Spud will be leading the way because with the stench, his keen senses should be able to smell from any distance the direction we need to go in. So there shouldn't be no one should be getting lost here. And then as a blacksmith, he's actually usually overly warm. So with the keeper of the forge, he isn't going to get cold being out for just a short amount of time. His body heat is very. And then the other thing is he's been drinking. With a drunken master, that also makes you a little bit feel like you're warmer, even if you're actually not, right? So that'll be what we got for Rory.
Got it. Okay. So that's a
And he's gonna listen to Tom take the lead, by the way.
all right. So that's net 0. So that's going to be a difficult, not impossible roll.
It's an 11.
It's an 11. All right. So Rory
Hard
is
to think you really won't.
Rory is Rory is now pushing the pace a little bit, just tromping his way through the snow using his gigantic blacksmith frame to just kind of pull his way through. Now he's the one helping Thomas along. All right, Silas.
So, Silas is pretty used to terrible conditions from his past in the military. So I would say in this case, he's stiff upper lip. He's just gonna keep pushing through it as best as he can. He doesn't need very much rest to keep moving. He's strong as an ox, and we are kind of just trying to brave this and move together as close to unit as we can. So I'd say coordinated effort.
That all
And
sounds
then, of course, keeping the rope.
got it. You can probably throw hardworking drudge in there too. This is just the thing that we have to do today to keep going.
Can't stop, have to keep moving forward.
All right. Roll away.
All right, so I believe that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rope.
That sounds correct.
That is 10, and then minus 3, so 14.
Excellent. All right. So talk about spending power here, because there's clearly a lot to spend, and with a consequence potentially on the board for Thomas. The two of you may want to consider using your power to help him along, to help him overcome the challenge, so that he doesn't take a negative status here.
So
Okay, how do we do that?
Right. So let's think about kind of mechanically what would have happened. Thomas would have, or has been given this would have been a -3 status of chilled to the bone. So you can use your power to mitigate that, because let's see, you had a 11, Rory, if I recall correctly. Okay, so that gives you 1 extra power, and then Silas has a 13, which is 3 extra power. So 4 of those that can overcome that 3 negative status. And basically, well, Thomas set the pace initially. He found it going to be too tough, and then Rory and Silas kind of forced it in front of him to keep him from too much pull.
Yep.
Yeah, give him a place to jump in.
arm around him, they keep him warm as he drags him along.
Right. So the 3 of you make it to the barn to find Brother Colin sitting by the door, shivering. What's fun here is that the door is open, the house is gone. The gate to the fence was closed. Middle house, there doesn't seem to be any sign of struggle. They weren't. There's no blood. There's no like trampled spots where the cows would have tried to stampede away or fight back. It just looks like they're gone. But there is that smell, and Brother was the first to notice it. It's nearest the door that is noticed.
Have I? Well, has this ever been described anywhere? You know, um,
Well, I mean,
because
you're
you know, lore.
okay. I mean, Yeti are Yetican are wild animals that come from the mountains. There are other types of wild animals, obviously, that come from the mountains, but um,
Like
it
bear.
comes to your mind because old man Hemlock
Well,
to bring it up.
I mean,
Um,
we all have had bear meat. We all have bear fur. We know what bear smells like.
Skunk bear.
Fascinating. That would be fascinating. I like. Ooh, okay. That might be interesting. I wonder, a bear with a white stripe down its back and it stinks. Okay. Yeah. I, oh, sorry. Sorry.
yeah, that's actually great. Um, so examining it up close, why don't you give me a roll
And
for your turn?
I look in to see if there's any markings, the footprints besides the cows, claw marks, you know, thing beside, you know, to tell me how tall it is, so I can identify this using monster lore and accurate classification, you know, fur or anything like that, you know.
I help her.
Sure. What do you have in mind?
I was actually gonna have Spud assist her in finding these things with the sharp senses.
Ooh.
Yeah. You can absolutely roll to try and assist. Um, to
So,
essentially set up
is,
a positive effect for your teammate there.
yeah.
So why don't we do
So
that
you,
first, and then you can describe Brother Kalen's action.
Yeah.
I would love to throw in on that as well with my recognize hidden markings.
Ooh, I like that.
Um,
And I
yeah,
love.
just the one tag gets a 7. I don't know what we're rolling to assist, so.
Well, it's the same roll as normal. Essentially, what you're trying to do by success is use your power to apply positive tags to Amy's roll. So
So then, if the assist rolls low, can that apply consequences to it?
it could, but it doesn't necessarily always have to. Consequences could just be a lack of success. The basic negative consequence. Well, that didn't work out the way I expected it to.
Right.
All right, so your imposing hound with sharp senses is that's a +2 actually.
2. So 8
So you rolled an 8.
plus 6 plus 2, 8.
6 plus 2, 8. Okay, so you always have one power, which means that you have one that you can grant via a tag to Amy. How would you describe what it is? Like dogs,
Uh,
bloodhound 1.
yeah, Bloodhound plus 1. Or, yeah, Bloodhound plus 1 is good.
Okay. Now the consequence is that because he's been smelling this weird smell, now his nose is a little off. He's gonna take some time to clear his senses before he feels like he's up. This kind of whimpers off after he's done.
Ooh, stanky.
Yep.
Yeah. I would like to throw in with my recognize hidden markings. I don't think I have any other positives. So unless you want to hit me with cunning or something like that, I think I'm just +1.
Oh, you're on familiar terrain, so I think you can at least apply that as well.
So +2. That'll be a 12. I rolled 2 5s.
Fantastic. So you can grant 2 power to Timmy's role. How would you describe what it is that you're given?
Uncovered tracks. Maybe I will part some of the hay that is on the ground to find clearer prints or other scrapings that might be of assistance.
Oh,
Okay.
I didn't even think to do that. Oh, well, absolutely fascinating. Thank you, both of you. All right, so that would be a +3, right? And
Suppose I could add coordinated effort. Just the power of mid-level management.
Don't knock it.
I have no
What?
specific skills except for
Teamwork.
standing by.
You guys are doing such a great job.
That is a 9.
yeah.
Okay. So you have all combined here, I think, to grant a +5 to Amy's roll, though a 9. Um, we'll hold that consequence in abeyance. Go ahead, Amy.
Uh-oh. Okay. So +5. I needed that. That would be 10.
All right, so that's a success.
I needed that +5. And I'm going to sit down after this because my knees are hurting. Oh, wait, no, it's a 9. It's a 9 because I got that -1.
Oh, right. Yeah, you are kind of cold. All right, so
Yeah, I'll take another consequence. I'll sit down after this.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what this.
all right, so what you find, uh, and all of you have something to contribute here. The smell is definitely not an ordinary bear or any of the ordinary wild animals that you recognize from around here. The door, uh, Thomas was looking closely at things and found that the door wasn't ripped open. It was levered off the bottom pin of the door. And there's some scrape marks to, some metal tool was used to open the door. And there are some tracks. The tracks look like some large creature, not anything Brother Colin immediately recognizes from his extensive lore, but they're clearly much bigger than a handprint, maybe 15 inches long, 15, 18, 16 inches long, and 10 inches wide. Big print. Um, kind of like a shaggy, rounded, three-toed creature print.
Okay, I'm gonna set my lantern down next to me. Sit down, pull out my notebook, my little well of ink, my little quill, and I'm gonna start making notes, maybe sketch the prints and everything. And I'm just gonna, writing down everything I found, and I don't know what anybody else is doing. I have now become absorbed in knowledge.
That's a big bear.
It's a swamp bear.
I don't
The
think
Baba
at this
Yaga
point they're
swamp bear.
there.
Baba Yaga swamp bear, because the three-toed, I mean, that looks like a chicken foot.
Yeah, I mean it's kind of weird, not really a standard looking for an upright walking type of creature. And in fact, that is the consequence that the two of you both take unnerved -1 because something is definitely wrong here.
So we see the tracks of the creature. I assume we obviously see the tracks of the cows?
Yes, you see tracks of cows, and it's not drag tracks, it's like the cows were walking out.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay, it's
High
Hyper
bearer.
That was
That
literally
plays
almost
a-
insane.
that plays a flute that lures out
A
owls.
wind flute, because it's really still quite windy out here.
Or maybe it sings. It's a siren. It's a cow siren, a cow siren, swamp bear
Well,
chicken.
whatever it is, either follow it or get help.
Oh, I'm sitting and I'm writing. Yeah, I'm gonna be oblivious.
I think Rory probably starts following the tracks.
We'll need four, John. If we get too far, we'll never find them. This track won't last.
It is starting to get dark. Going up into the mountains in the dark is not necessarily the best plan, but it is a plan. It's something you could do.
One of us has lanterns.
All right.
And not one of us has a mind to do everything right now.
All right.
We take a long rest.
That is an option. So one of the things that I did skip over, but said I would
We
cover
could go
later,
first,
or mentally said I would cover later, is camping. You can rest to recover some of your energies, and that will aid you to expire some of the story tags that apply to you. So by sitting inside the barn where you can feel the wind, you can warm up a little bit, and your cold effect will expend itself. So if you want to spend, like, I don't know, 15 or 20 minutes just kind of warming up here. Okay. So the other things that happen during camping, and maybe I could just bring up the rule summary here so that we have an opportunity to all see it for those people who are watching on the stream, is that story tags are expired, and then you can take activities, and you can in fact take additional consequences, take more activities, but you can take the following activities. You can rest, you can reflect, or you can take an action in the camp, um, which is an action where you don't have to roll. You just add up your power and get half of it. Um, so it's a way to do positive things without potential consequences. So as I was saying, for Brother Colin, the resting effect will allow recovering, getting rid of the cold status, and then you could kind of clear your wits and get rid of the unnerved status as well.
Okay.
Likewise,
All right.
anyone else who is suffering unnerved could recover that, and you can anyone who's got left can do camp actions. And the nasal uh, effects for Spud are also cleared.
Does that take up my camp action or whatever? Oh, we can do two.
Correct.
So I could do some reflection here.
Yep. So you could take one of your themes and you can check either the first, second, or third, depending on where you are on the theme, improvement circle. Fill in the improvement circle. Once you completely fill it, improving a theme results in effects that we can cover later, but essentially make the theme better. You can gain an additional tag for it as an example.
I will improve Tavern Brawler, I suppose.
Okay. All right. Does anyone else have actions to take?
No, no.
Go ahead. Sorry. I will rest to get rid of unnerved. and I will reflect on hardworking drudge.
So you're thinking about just another day in the life of a guy who does the thing. No
Can
reward.
Can the thing I brought with me be a flask that I share with people during this resting too?
If I stop going, everything falls apart.
I love it.
I
Yes,
don't
yes.
know. I
If you,
think you would have one to begin with. Just you would
yeah.
have like several probably.
So
Yeah, I'm putting a flask in my backpack.
Rory's backpack item is sufficient spirits.
Got it.
Yeah, one of those flasks.
Invigorating schnapps.
Stop. No.
Uh,
Rot gut. Straight up
I
rot
will
gut moonshine.
take an action. I don't think I want to roll, but I want to add up, heal the sick, treat maladies, ease suffering, find specific item. Kaylin, take your pants off.
No. What? It's that. How is it going to help me with my?
Thomas is
What's
standing
going
there
on?
with a jar of
Besides,
ointment, a jar of cow ointment, and say, "This is for your knees. The heat will make it easier for you on the walk."
besides, I'm a priest. I pull up my robe.
Exposing those spindly, bony knees to the tender
Oh,
ministrations of Thomas.
and then
Thomas
keep
will.
riding on my lap.
And welcome to Weaving the Dark.
An exposed knee might be a little bit too much for the community standards here.
It's not an ankle. It's not an
This is
ankle,
like-
okay?
This is like the
Yeah.
garter part of the wedding. It's a little weird, and no one knows how to deal with it, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
much.
that's spot on.
Anyway,
All right, so Thomas has his medieval equivalent of icy hot that he is now rubbing down Kalen's knees.
This is absolutely and Kaylin is now setting the wanting to know what herbs he's using and everything because this is absolutely fascinating. How does it work like this? This is amazing.
I don't know. It's for cows.
Well, I mean, it would make sense to work on humans too. We both are made of flesh and bone, so
We've lost the Logan.
Here,
Sorry, that one hit for some reason.
here, have a sugar cube.
oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Put it in your mouth.
Oh, okay.
All right, before we spiral any
Yo.
further down that rabbit hole,
Stop it. Keep your mouth closed so it doesn't fall out.
we're gonna go ahead. And how much power did you have? I didn't add them up in my head fast enough. I think you had
So
5.
I think I have 4. Have would be 2.
Okay. All right, so you can bring about a +2 tag. I have no idea what you would call it.
Riddick solve.
There we go.
Back ball.
Yeah. Cow bomb.
Cow bomb.
Cow bomb. All right, so cow bomb is
Thomas's,
now in play.
no, it's Thomas's ready. See, Thomas's
Terrific.
special movement ointment.
Oh, the smash burger.
Oh, ouch, 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 ouch. All right. So you now have that tag available to you to counteract any effects of knee problems going forward.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pay this man for this stuff regularly. This is amazing.
All right. Does anyone else have any other actions that they want to take here?
I pretty much can't do anything. I'm just trying to recover.
Yeah, recover a little bit of composure after your knees have been massaged. All right, so
Suppose I can
Good.
find specific items and get some skis.
some skis. That
Well, you know, there are these planks from the door that we can use.
They are your thing.
the intent, I guess, from what I'm hearing, is that you're going to go out up and follow the tracks wherever they might lead, and see if you can't go about recovering the cows tonight.
Is, I think, the plan.
Yep.
All right.
Well, that's their plan. My plan is to kick whatever's butt we took the cows.
I just want to study it.
You can do that after.
Alive, dead, unconscious, awake. Preferably unconscious or friendly. Yes. Yes, we'll go with yes. Angry and awake. No, thank you. I'll friendly and or unconscious. Thank you.
All right. So then, off we go.
Tactfully would be nice too.
Out into the darkness, out into the growing darkness, with the howling wind and the stinging ice. That -3 environmental impact is still there, but okay.
I think you're telling us we weren't supposed to just go out, but we're gonna do that anyway.
Hey, look, there are no bad choices. There are only different stories. When I have done this adventure once before for a in-person tabletop, they did the same thing. So and they survived.
So there's not really different stories. It's pretty much the same story.
Well,
Well,
no,
I didn't guarantee that you would survive. I simply said that they
they
survived.
survived. We may not. I hope my lantern is a light in the darkness.
Okay.
Help everyone as we walk along.
All right. We don't need to necessarily play out the actions. Presumably, you follow the same pattern of using the rope to keep everyone close, and with the lantern up ahead, and the dog kind of leading the charge, and two big burly guys making a forded pass for the.
Why are we? I still don't understand why I'm holding the very end of the rope. I guess we don't want it to get frozen by being dragged in the snow. But what?
So the tracks continue out into the woods, up, headed straight for Blackwood Pass.
Where he says we probably should have found Elias.
I wonder if it's a wandering merchant that got lost and
Stole the cows? Alright, let's keep going.
no. Well, let's be honest. The barn door was open. The cows are going to leave.
The front door wasn't open.
Cows are smart enough to stay in this weather unless something took them out.
Are you saying cows are smart?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
They are interesting. The book buying
Right now,
is
debatable.
very fascinating.
All right. A couple rolls here. As you're working your way up along the pass, fortunately, in the pass itself, the snow doesn't seem to have accumulated as deeply. It seems to be blowing down the pass. So the good advantage to you is that the going is hard to see much of anything until the first arrow comes in.
What?
From somewhere off to the right in the trees, someone has shot at you. Fortunately, it doesn't hit anyone, but it definitely clues you in. You are not alone out here. And as you look in that direction, looking through the blowing snow, you can see several large, shaggy figures getting up out of whatever concealed position they were in at the base of the trees. So obviously
They can see fairly well in the dark, it looks like.
the threats are
They-
these four figures who are up in the tree line. At least those are the threats you know about right now. They seem to be armed with some sort of ranged weapon. They appear to be, well, much hairier than a human, and even hairier than Rory. Rory's like a paragon of hair.
He's a ginger.
Every inch of it is
Covered with
in
hair. Yes, but these guys, whatever they are, appear to be like bipedal bears. Like they're covered in fur.
This is right. They were bears.
Whatever shall you do?
What's their distance roughly?
They are 100 yards off, maybe 80. Long enough that it's run uphill. It's going to take you a good second to get there.
I think we let them use meters.
Probably because only terrible people still use the crazy units that we use.
Freedom unit.
This is historical
Set.
rural fantasy.
Yeah, yeah, we're using drams and hogsheads and all sorts of.
A yard as far as the king could stride his biggest stride, and they measure every year, and we have to. The taxes we pay depend on that length.
It's important.
So between us and the archers, is there any semblance of cover?
There are a couple trees here and there, and maybe like a rocky outcropping that you could use for cover on your way up there.
All right, I have a question. You said we could do things that could affect our opponents.
Yes.
Because I am the oblivious father, he doesn't have his lecturer nearly not have any common sense. I am going to use summon the sacred fire and repel malign influence because obviously they can see well in the dark and try and put a bright flame right in their eyesight so that it disrupts their vision. At least for a moment. So at least everyone else can get into hiding.
Okay. Sounds wild.
I haven't thought about hiding myself yet.
You're just gonna go Nova on them a little bit and see what happens.
Well, I have to protect everyone else, so yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Uh,
That's what a priest does.
all right. So let's see it.
Alright. Oh, hey. Actually, why don't I set one of the trees on fire with fire?
Okay. Let me get this straight.
How-
You're targeting one of the trees nearby them to
Yes.
do your best. 12, 12 birds and 12 fir trees. What was it from The Hobbit?
Yeah, that, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
More like the fairy spell.
It's a little bit. This is Gandalf doing will not pass approach to the situation.
Oh, okay. Yes, pretty much. And then forgetting to move out of the way. So good. I guess roll here. So 8 plus 3. That's 11.
8 plus 3 is 11, so that's a success. You have 3 power to spend to describe what happens.
Well, you know what? I'm summoning the sacred fire. I'm calling upon God. I start my sermon saying, "The wicked shall be struck down by lightning with God's wrath." And as I bring my hand down to finish the statement, lightning comes out of the sky, strikes one of the trees nearby, and his brilliant flash setting the tree on fire, so that they may also be easier to see. I don't know. Yes, my God is with me.
All right, so we're going to we now have in the story a burning tree and the
Bush.
the foes are struck with a feared 3.
Okay.
Ooh. That's
All right, who else would choose to take action here?
So Silas will move for cover, but while he does, he's going to actually try to move other Colin as well, and just kind of shove Colin towards one of the trees that's not on fire. So your God is with you, but your butt needs to move.
Okay, so you're specifically taking action to mitigate the threat of arrows.
Yes. So with that, I would say probably strong as an ox, respected leader, and assertive command.
Okay. All right.
That sounds like a good plan. Let's go ahead and roll with it.
That is 12.
It's a 12. So with your 3 power, you can choose to apply a status of undercover to yourself and to Brother Kalon, splitting those 3 among the 2 of you.
That's what I will do then. I will give Galen the 2.
Okay. All right, so note down that you are now undercover. That means
Suddenly have enough not to stand back up. Okay.
all right. So that means we need Thomas and Rory in either order.
what Thomas like to go.
Sure. Thomas is also going to run for cover. On the way, can I assess this arrow's positioning? I want to see if this is a warning shot or a miss.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea.
The only thing I really have is expert appraiser to do this assessment.
Okay, but you're also running for cover.
Yeah.
You're still in more or less town. We're going to give you familiar terrain and survive harsh weather as you're attempting this.
Excellent. I rolled 12, so 15.
15. So you have plenty of power to spend here, sir. 3 power to throw it.
Yeah. I'll spend 2 of my power to also get use that remaining one power to assess, I guess. Take a peek at the aspects that are on the scene. It's just fate.
Yep, yeah, you're discovering a valuable detail, which is that it clearly was a warning shot of sorts, a warning to try and like scare off.
Why would someone want to scare us out of the past? It's a well-traveled public road.
Not anymore, thing.
It's 100 yards to these people, right?
Yeah, I mean you're not going to cover the entire distance in one action. That's a long sprint
only,
uphill.
it's only 9 seconds.
Uphill in the snow.
Yeah, because he's
Is
Your
there any
dog,
cover-
your dog could probably cover it.
Yeah, I don't know if I would leave out if there was 3 of them, right?
Four.
Four. Is there any cover forward though, like towards them?
You could get to a more closer cover if you went all out.
I think that's gonna be. Rory is going to try to get as close to them as he can until take some kind of cover. Frankly, if he fails this, I'm just giving you an idea. His cover might just be laid down in the snow because he doesn't care. He just wants to get real close to them.
Goes flat.
Yeah.
Got it.
Goes prone.
Poof.
And his intent is to really just protect the others and take these guys out.
We have a cat.
And
Cat sighting.
yes.
Oh.
Cat's the fur.
Hey, there's a cat. Oh, he's asleep. Don't worry about him. So that's my dog. He doesn't do the same thing. Now the question is, what the hell can I apply to this? I would think. I mean, he's trying to get into a fight. I think with Tackler and Drunken Master are going to apply towards running towards him, correct?
Yep. Yeah, that'd be good.
And the dog coming with me, I don't know if he gets any tags to that.
You have an imposing hound, so he's see.
He would probably push me out of the way if we get close and not get shot at. So that probably works.
Yeah, that would be if you need a reaction for getting shot at, then we can.
Right. So what do we have? 3?
Sounds like 3.
Unless you want to say that I'm a blacksmith, I'm running towards
No, it's a little bit.
fire. Yeah. 9, 3, 12.
12. All right. So a success with 3 powers. So you are going to use how much of that to be undercover, and I guess I am assuming that you want you 2 to get closer and 1 to drop to the ground.
Yes. That's exactly what I want to do.
Okay. All right. Jimmy's taking a momentary camp break.
Would like 60 seconds myself.
We'll take 60 seconds. We are an hour and a half in. To be honest, you're more than halfway into the adventure, so you're doing great. All right. Well, stream, we're going to put you on pause for a moment, and then we will be right back. I will not, however, play the intermission music for you because that would be rude.
Keep talking.
Now I'm just going to put us on the blank screen. Right. See you in 60.
I know, but sometimes we used to be able to hear you.
I mean, we still can't hear me. I haven't muted the audio. We're just talking over the splash screen.
Right.
I see everyone met Bond.
What?
I'm back.
Oh, you didn't see Bond come?
Oh, the cat?
Eric, you are muted again.
Yeah, of course I am. Because I walked away and I didn't want you guys to hear what I was doing.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
But yeah, we're all safe behind the splash screen at the moment.
That's
Oh,
what you didn't
good.
want to hear was the splash part.
I mean, I'm sure everyone has seen Naked Gun.
You know, they did a new one recently that completely slipped by my notice with Liam Neeson in it.
We watched it. It was
Gosh, I did.
hilarious.
It's very good.
I'll put that
I
on my
just,
list
yeah,
then. I didn't even know it came out.
yeah. I did, and we just didn't go for some reason. I need to watch that because I thought he was awesome in A-Team. He's got better comedic chops than you would think. So, all right, I need to watch that.
Whew.
Because
All right,
Liam Neeson and a
we're all
comedy.
here. I'm gonna clear the splash screen, and we're back.
And this half is brought to you by no.
Well, now a word from our sponsors. All right, so the peril is still in front of you. Obviously, we have these four things, things that are bear-like but can fire bows, and immediately two of them, the two closest to the burning tree, break and run. So they're just pelting into the woods up the pass, trying to get away as fast as possible. The other two are going to fire arrows. They are going to fire arrows at Brother Colin and at Rory. So let's see how this goes. Brother Colin is undercover 2, and Rory is undercover 1. All right, the shot at Brother Colin is a straight miss. So just sails, actually, doesn't even sail past the tree. Is embedded in the tree right in front of Brother Colin's nose.
My faith protects me. And my being completely oblivious, I don't even know that I was shot at.
Right. Meanwhile, Rory, however, would take an arrow. The question is, shall we react? So one of the rules that we didn't cover before is the idea of reactions, which is to lessen the consequence by making a roll and applying 1 power per status tier. Now, the status tier that you would take is 2. So you're going to need a roll with at least 2 power to fully mitigate the arrow coming at you.
So yeah, I think my opposing hound will do is push me out of the way thing, and he literally, he's just gonna try to
Just grab you by the scruff and try to pull you out.
drag me backward. Yeah, I mean he's a massive hound. So he's like, oh, I see that coming. He's used to tracking things flying because we played a lot of fetch, and he likes the kind of fetch where you throw it at him, like when he's far away.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Yeah.
So you've got a +1 for your roll here.
I don't get 2 for imposing hound and. Not
Oh wait, sorry.
away.
Yeah, the imposing hound himself.
Well, there goes all my high rolls. 7.
A nat of 7. Okay.
8. I'm sorry, 8. Doesn't help, but 8.
Doesn't help much. So the there's only 1 power No, there's 2 power there. So the net result is that the hound ends up in the line of fire protecting you, and the imposing wolfhound takes the arrow. So at the moment, you're going to need to scratch imposing wolfhound because he's not quite so imposing when he's wounded.
Scratch him though, can I?
I mean, he is not out of the fight entirely, but uh, we're going to. I guess you could either pick imposing hound or sharp senses. One of the two needs to be scratched.
Well, okay. I scratch sharp senses.
'Kay.
You can't scratch imposing hound. I can do sharp senses and push me out of the way.
Actually, maybe push me out of the way is the better one to scratch. He's not going to do that again uh, until.
Yeah, it makes more
The
sense.
arrow
He
to
didn't say it.
the
Yeah, no, you're right. That is,
Yeah.
sometimes the obvious thing just slips past me.
That's all right. That's why we're all here.
Woo! Right. So they've shot their shot, which means that we're back to the heroes. What shall we be doing now?
oh yes. Um
Oh, wait.
Hmm.
I'm sorry. Their status was -3, not -2. Therefore, your round is in fact not injured and has managed to successfully mitigate.
Ooh. Okay, I'll just scratch that.
Unscratch it. My bad for bad mathing.
We need. Oh look, Abby, help us with the math.
The math has arrived. He's no longer absent. He's present.
He tells us very laggy voice robot. You know, probably had.
And this is why we don't have me do the stream, right?
yeah.
Well, we can always blame Colin, right?
When in doubt, blame Colin, yes.
I would normally put it to the bikini Colin shirt, but I had to take it off. I was overheating.
Their status was -3, not -2.
Let's
It's probably not my connection because I got 100. I've got a gigabyte.
Hmm.
It is probably my laptop.
yeah, but um, yeah, because I noticed it was kind of chunky when I would look over at the stream itself. But
All right. Well, yeah. If this is a watch, this is a watch. But hey, we're having fun. Carrying on. What action shall we take?
well, I want to
Oh,
identify what these are and know their weakness. Yes, I have to identify them so I can know their weaknesses. And what are you? Yes, I got distracted by that. Yes, I want to try and figure out what these are because knowing a weakness, I can then turn around and tell the people next.
All right. Describe how you should do it.
Well, um, I've seen their tracks. I've seen them. They look like bears that are firing bows. They stink. The fire frightened them, or the lightning. It could have been either. So I want to rack my brain now that I'm in cover. Just going through, talking to myself. Well, there was this book. It was the skunk bears. But there's no stripe. It could be a bear, but it may not be a bear. Although Silas did, not Silas. Old man did say Yeti Kid. Is this anything like the Yeti Kid at all?
have you?
That's what I'm going with. Yeah, so probably just a +1. Unless I can do multiple under the same tag.
I mean, the category tag can always apply.
Yeah,
The theme
just
tag, that is.
word tag. Yeah. Alright. That's an 8 plus.
Plus a 2.
Which the theme tag would be a 2. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a 10. I mean, the feet are plausibly Yetikin. Only if some of those drawings that you've accumulated over time are accurate. But it's plausible. Really not swamp bears. They're like bears wouldn't have those 3 toes things. That's just weird. They don't move like creatures. Like if they have hands, if they're using tools, they have hands, which points to them being.
They're Mongolian chickens. Chicken man. Moving quickly for that.
Dire
Mongolian
three-toed sloth.
Oh,
Haste
no,
is
I still
dire
have my Mongol
three-toed sloth.
chicken man.
Well, that's a little wild.
There are no horses. They don't have horses, so they can't be Mongol.
All right, gentlemen, service.
Yeah, that other kid is an eccentric.
Really?
No kidding.
Their player.
So we're doing
Yes.
roll fantasy. We have weapons.
So, you could have weapons, like enough of a weapon that you could fight with.
Specifically,
Yes, you specifically have a special weapon, which is affecting the story in greater ways.
I could hand over my lantern to Rory, and then he can, with his whiskey, he's got a flamethrower.
It's like
Out
half,
of that 50 yards.
he's at 50 yards ahead of you, at the moment, so it's probably not gonna.
Yeah, that's right. It's the flaming tree, though, you can use. Go in circles.
Oh, trust me, Roy has some of that.
It's gonna be wild.
sure you don't think you should have.
All right, so Silas is gonna act. He's going first.
Oh,
Oh, Thomas could. Yes. He's looking good.
He's going.
Fair enough.
I don't know. How much do you all want me to try and tip over the table here?
What you do?
Okay.
Brave and heroic choices. Thomas is going to stand up from the rocks. So he's going to climb up onto the rocks. He's going to draw his dirk, his generic. This is a knife that I have. It's also my weapon. It's also my tool. He's going to yell out, Silas, Rory, stay where you are. He's going to theatrically toss his dirt back to the rocks and make a big wave and yell, ho, ho, towards the figures.
So he's trying to talk them down.
Yes.
A bold choice. I like it.
Technically, thus far, they have not injured anyone because of time shenanigans.
I just wanted to scare them so they couldn't injure us.
And they are afeared.
Yes.
At this point, I'm waiting to see if they shoot at me. I don't. I don't know. My expert appraiser is telling me that people that are not reasonable don't get a warning shot. not very far from town. There aren't monsters. This is maybe these are just people. Are they people wearing bear skins that stole our cattle because it's winter and they
Wearing special shoes that make it look like they have freckles.
So that they could potentially be
honestly,
mistaken for real Yeti kin.
if I were going to be dealing cattle in the middle of winter from people who don't even know I exist, I might try to trick them into thinking that I'm a supernatural being. Better off not pursuing.
All right.
And Thomas is a wise elder.
I got an 8 on the dice, which, if you buy my expert appraiser, would push it to a 9.
That's it.
Don't forget your
We're on familiar terrain,
familiar traits. So that's a 10.
True, familiar terrain pushes it to a 10.
and tenacious.
Yeah.
Look,
11.
so
And I'm trying to protect the land.
The land being the people.
And Jimmy.
and
And I'm aiming. So,
we'll give him the benefit of the mathing in arrears, but if you get a better head for numbers, he'd be a good warrior. You managed to scare the two of them. They break and run, so they're now apparently sufficiently impressed by. They fired warning shots, and not only did the people not run away, but they're giving them the elder fish of disappointment.
They
long so dare you shoot arrows at us.
Go away. He's going to use his bare fists.
Right. I'm gonna give you a whooping, boy.
Where's my
Yeah.
cane?
all
And
ran off.
he just has a cane.
Yeah, 2 ran off, and now the last 2 ran off.
Right. So you've managed to disperse the threat.
Very, very angry. They all ran off. He runs to where they were. See if there's any of them left.
All right. So you run up to the.
You dare you stay where I told you to stay.
Red bear.
He's like halfway. He was halfway there already. So he chases the rest of the way off and finds more bear-like or Yeti-like or Mongolian chicken-like footprints there. Also bits of loose fur.
Loose like loose like
Loose like small pieces that may have been glued on or adhered on with something. And
you turn feather from one, feathers come off.
So they don't look really. Okay.
it was not like it was
I'm dead.
cut off, torn off, ripped off.
The others, I'm assuming the others are walking towards them. Where
Yes.
I think.
Silas is going to lead Brother Kalen up towards you.
He's going out these clumps of fur and he goes, I don't know what this means, but I don't think this is shedding season. Did Brother Kalen? I swear to you, Brother Kalen just take some.
Yes, he just like
Is it pine glue?
yeah. Is it high blue, pine glue,
It's,
undead Mongolian chicken men?
they're not undead
Hey.
Mongolian chicken men. This appears to be sap or some sort of sticky resin substance that was used to hold it on.
Pine tar, yeah.
Do we know, like, we've lived here a long time. Do we know about peoples around us that
Like, there are
Bandits that
bandits
use-
sometimes in the woods.
they
This
like
would
sneak cow thieves?
This would be a little brazen for like historic bandits, but it does come up.
Their last name is
Hemlock. So I don't see any reason not to chase them down.
So you're going to continue to follow them.
Yeah.
They clearly aren't just staying out in the open, so they probably have something nearby. If Silas was around, he could probably tell you all about what's nearby. But this isn't necessarily any of your stopping grounds once you get up into the pass. Most of you have lived their life without going to the pass because there's really no need to.
Well, we know when they're around and they do often.
Yes.
I'm saying we're moving quickly, actually, as quickly as we can with those. I know the environment conditions, but we're moving.
I assume it's still coming down just as badly, so before the tracks basically disappear in the snows.
Fair
Are
enough.
they moving along like previously forged trail now?
So
Or are they stomping through fresh snow?
they're probably stomping through fresh snow. You can definitely see where they've been forging their own path.
They're moving slow, but as a Canadian, I know that if we follow in their track, we can move quicker.
That is the idea, yes. Now they do have a little bit of a lead here. You pause to evaluate the condition of their pine tar.
I just want to make sure I knew the environmental conditions here. You're going to play gimmicks here.
But they're also wearing big, cumbersome cloth boots.
Yeah.
Those are snowshoes. We just don't know yet.
It is kind of convenient when you have really big pads to walk on the snow.
Yeah.
All right. As you're kind of moving along, following them, you notice that the snow has started to abate. The wind has really died. In fact, it's gotten quiet, like really quiet. It's to be a surprising amount of quiet up here. It is kind of that wintry quiet of freshly fallen snow and things are muffled. It's kind of step beyond that. It is the type of quiet where all you have is your own internal thoughts and your heartbeat, and you're one and then the other foot clumping in the snow, but just not acting. It's a little bit weird. Uh, you walk up the hill deeper into Blackwood Pass. Uh, the track is narrow and it winds a little bit as it's following the natural terrain up higher and higher in. Eventually, you really are only hearing yourselves. No birds, no small animals rustling in the trees, no wind, just your own movements. As you get further along, tracks switch from kind of an orderly running away type of we're following a line and getting to the path, and then eventually the tracks led you back to the main path. Then suddenly they scatter. Tracks go running along the path, tracks go running into the woods. Either side. 4 sets of tracks leave. There are similar large footprints in amongst them. Deeper. Heavier. Not booted. They're definitely bigger than this. It looks like the three-toed thing, except instead of just kind of this round, lobe thing, there are distinct claw lines at the front of each of the toes.
Like a bear.
It's not a bear. Very healthy. It's not a bear.
Amy, you're muted.
Your cat muted you. Still muted.
don't.
Still can't hear you.
You're still muted though. Still
What?
muted.
Dang it.
The good news is, just so you guys know, I checked. This is gonna be all not matter unless you record it on your computer.
I think I am recording it locally, but I'm not 100% sure on that.
I'm just letting you know. The YouTube part's all screwed up if you go back and listen.
Ah. Oh well.
We gotta get Amy now. She's also deafened us, so now she can hear us either. I like Chimi just laughing. This is why we only pay people under the age of 50 from now on.
Oh, ouch, that means that my invitation is about to expire. She's gonna get
I
us.
think she's good too, technically. Wait, she undeafened us. Now she can hear us.
Okay. Can we hear you?
Nope.
Nope.
Hey, check the input device Discord.
Discord goes, yeah. It'd be weird if cat changed, but okay.
Ooh.
Cats can do a lot of mysterious things.
Oh, you sound,
Hey, gotcha.
we can hear you, but you sound weird now.
I'm going to switch it back to the channel.
Wonderful. Hopefully you have some editing tools, Eric.
But as you said, none of this matters. And in fact, Streamlabs is not recording, which is inconvenient, convenient, one of the two.
Oh man. Yeah. Where's the
Just for us.
Just for us. There's a
What
learning
else know
opportunity.
happened here?
Yeah, it's